Hi everyone, welcome to the Botanical Cake Studio. Today, in place of the usual flowers, I'm going to show you how to make this really simple white on white textured effect on your cake. And for this, I'm just using a good selection of different petal veiners and leaf veiners. There's no particular ones that you need to use here, but you just want to make sure that you have a good variety of sizes and shapes. And the most important thing is that they give a really nice deep impression, so that will help with the casting of the light and shadow on your cake to give it a lovely detailing. So I'm just beginning by kneading my paste, and I'm using a mixture of flour paste and fondant here to give it strength. You can vary the strength on this, but I do recommend using a maximum 50% of flour paste just to make sure it's not too crunchy. And I've rolled out my paste to the thinnest setting on my pasta machine. And these are the selection of veiners that I'm going to be using. So I've got a nice selection of different sizes and shapes, and they all leave a nice deep impression as well. And I'm just going to show you how to cut out one of the leaves. So I'm just going to cut it out simply and then place it onto my cell pad and thin the edges with my ball tool. And I'm going to do exactly the same with all of my different shaped petals and leaves. And once the edges are nice and thin, I'm just going to take my veiner and press it in to give a really nice impression. And once that's nicely pressed, I'm then going to store it in a plastic bag until ready for use. And these are the selection of leaves and petals that I've made ready to go on the cake. And I've just stored them all in this plastic bag ready for use. Now that I'm ready to decorate the cake, I'm just going to remove all of my leaves and petals from the bag so that they're ready to hand. And then I'm just going to take a paintbrush and some cooled boiled water and just brush it onto the back of the petal. And then just carefully press it onto the cake. And you want to have it slightly raised in different places to give the cake some nice texture. And I'm now going in with my next leaf. And this one's just going to drape over the edge of the two tiers. And I'm going to continue applying the leaves and petals in exactly the same way, just finding different places for them to fall in a sort of natural effect on the cake. And I'm varying the different ways that the petals are facing and the leaves are facing, and some of them will have the rear face up and the others will be front side up. So this one doesn't have quite enough water on it, so I'm just adding a little bit more, and then I'm just going to pinch it into position. As you can see, once you've prepped all of your leaves and petals, it's really easy to just apply them and get this lovely flowing effect. And this leaf just hasn't quite got enough water on it, so I'm going to go in a minute and re-stick it down. It's nice to have one just sort of sitting a bit higher than the top of the cake. I'm now just looking for any last gaps that I want to fill and placing some smaller ones around the edges.